pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop. Pit stop. It's a pit stop.
And we are back with your Purple Pants podcast, Pit Stop Summer Rewatch of Amazing Race Season 15. We are covering episode 4. We are so excited to be here. I have my strong pain is nothing to this queen, the winner of Amazing Race Season 29, Miss Brooke Camhi. What's going on?
Oh.
Yes!
Yes. I was going to freak out the dog. Brice always said, hi, everybody. Brice always says something about me that we've discussed offline. I was telling him that I have a kidney stone brewing, but all is fine because I'm tougher than they made me out on television. So hello and welcome. And also joining us today are the kind, compassionate, handsome, fabulous, talented winners of Amazing Race Season, holy crap, 36. 36. I had it. That's up me. Sometimes I get a little confused. I stopped watching after 29. I'm just kidding. Ricky and Cesar, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
We're
Thank
excited
you.
to be back again.
Yeah. We love
Yes.
podcasts.
How is your summer been going? Any plans, any trips? What's on the checklist? Because
I'm done work. I'm off for the summer.
Because teacher.
And we're headed to Amsterdam and Italy in July.
So that's gonna be really fun. And also enjoying Pride Month. Like the good thing about New York is like every borough gets a Pride parade and Pride festival. So we went to the Queens ones, we're going to the Brooklyn ones. So like all of that. We're just like, really enjoying it. Yeah.
We should, I mean, I don't know, but I don't know if Dubai has a Pride Month, but maybe we.
No.
I'm guessing probably no, considering
maybe not.
I don't think it's legal in Dubai.
I don't think so.
Well, listen, we need to change.
You know where it does? Lesbos.
Yeah.
Hello to all the Lesboses.
Yes. Well, Brooke and I can't thank you two amazing human beings. Now, I do have to say, though, Ricky and Cesar, we are watching season 15. And when Brooke and I watched season 36, we were saying, like, is there something that Ricky and Cesar together have not done? Because y'all did everything, every task, every roadblock. You had some type of experience. Now that we are going back,
we have done snowmans. We have done
a snowman. I grew up in Pennsylvania. There's a lot of snow.
I'm just saying, is Matt and Gary and Matt, I mean, every episode they have had something in their wheelhouse. So I'm loving to see the evolutions. And, I'm somewhat new to Amazing Race. So when I watched your season of 36, I'm like, oh my God, they know everything. They're so prepared. And now going back and seeing like the archetype of what it looks like to have a little bit of knowledge of something of everything. I mean, let's be clear. Matt and Gary are no Ricky and Cesar, but I'm just saying, like, we can see the beginnings of it. It's so amazing. I think about you every time it's Matt, right? Every time Matt says something, I'm like, oh, there goes Cesar. Okay. Like, I feel like that is sure to win an Amazing Race. I love it though.
Yeah. I think it's really clever. Like when people can apply what they've learned or what they know and apply it to the race, right? They don't really know how to look in a market, but they know how to hunt. So like, okay, there you go.
But
there's a connection.
But they have put apart a computer or they have things like that.
Right. So there's like these little things that you've figured out. It's cool.
It's amazing. When we started this, I was like, they weren't too high on my list, but they are creeping up on my winner list. Like, my winner list has changed so many times, but now I have a new top 3, and Matt and Gary are definitely in my top 3.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, Brice picks a new top 3 every week on purpose so that when the winner is announced, he goes, see, I told you that team was going to win.
Not true.
Hey,
Ricky and
cover all your
Cesar,
bases.
season 36, y'all was my top pick from day one. So I'm just saying, okay?
Because they won everything at every turn. It was like the safest bet. Like the odds of them winning, if you bet $10,
you didn't know that at the
You
beginning.
didn't know that at the beginning.
I knew everything. I know everything all the time. Okay. Should we do
Brooke,
it?
let's jump into episode 4. And if you are just joining, what are you doing? Okay, we are in the middle of our summer rewatch of Amazing Race season 15, episode 4. You can go back and watch Brooke and I's cast assessment. You can watch episode 1. You can watch episode 2 with James. You can watch episode 3 with Jonathan and Anna. And now we are at episode 4 with Ricky and Cesar. Okay, Brooke, take us
I love
away.
that you're yelling at people. If you're just joining us, what's wrong with you?
Get it together.
Be better, people.
Whenever I'm in the car, though, and I'm talking to someone, they always say to me, "Why are you yelling?" And I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I gotta calm it down, but I can't control my excitement for my babies."
Save your cuss outs for people on the race who have done something stupid. The people who listen to us, be kind. Kindness. Always, but also, what's wrong with you? Go back and watch everything we've done. Okay, so we are in, and Ricky and Cesar, please feel free to jump in, interrupt, correct me when I'm wrong, because let's get real. Okay, we don't need.
I took notes, so notes and
Cesar
notes.
has notes. I don't have notes.
Brice writes down 4 things on his phone, and then expects me to write 9 pages front and back, and I do. Okay.
Hi, I'm Brice.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I take the notes.
Hi, I'm Brice.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I do all the research and book the guests.
Hi, I'm Brice.
There he is. Okay, great.
Your next TikTok video.
Yes. Take us away, Miss Brookie Camhi.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we are starting in Cambodia. In first place, we have Zeven. Oh, no, we don't, because they went home because they lost their passport. Oh, in first place here, I know we have Sam and Dan, still good, but there are no Zev and Justin. In second place, we have Flight Time and Big Easy, leaving at 12:27, 2 minutes later. In third, we have Brian and Erica. A couple minutes after that, we have Gary and Matt, father and son, who Brice now thinks is going to win this week. In fifth place, we have Megan and Shane at 12:37, followed 10 minutes later by Lance and Carrie, then Micah and Kanan 2 minutes after that. And finally, bringing up the rear, 30 minutes between first and last place are Maria and Tiffany. I love the old seasons because the amount of time between first and last is usually so bunched up. In the later seasons, sometimes it's an hour, it's 2 hours, it's 12 hours, but in early, they keep it tight. So they're told to fly to the Persian Gulf, which is a region, not a place, Sam and Dan, and find the world's tallest building. I love this. I love when you're told. It's Khalifa.
Yeah.
Now,
Brett.
I got thoughts, but as you get closer, I'll give you my thoughts.
So I love this.
Khalifa.
I love that it's like fly to the Persian Gulf. They don't tell you and find the tallest building. Figure out this riddle. Like, as someone who loves riddles and puzzles and escape rooms and all that crap, this is cryptic and I think it's awesome. You don't need to tell me exactly where to go. Make me figure it out, because then
I had forgotten that is a theme that they're doing on this season. I don't remember another season that they were doing that much. That they just show you an image, like whether
like the little stamp, and now just like the Persian Gulf. Figure it out. You know, I love it.
Figure it out.
The photo of Princess Diana.
You mean Queen Victoria?
I mean Queen Victoria. Yes.
You know, I think that someone of royalty,
someone important,
definitely
in Cambodia.
That country.
Yeah, definitely.
Woman. Right.
Definitely Cambodian descent. Yes.
So it's really cool because it is really escape room like. It's like you have to figure out, and and you can trust someone, and then maybe end up in New Jersey. But you never know. Okay, going back to season 15. Sorry for the shade.
I love it though because
Pat's Pizza, New Jersey. Sorry.
Oh my God, Pat's Pizza! I forgot about Pat's Pizza.
So something cool that I found, like it's like the teams that decided to go to a cyber cafe, just like that was, I think, important. It's good to just know exactly where you're heading to. And unlike Sam and Dan just arriving and being like, hey, I need tickets to the Persian Gulf.
To the Persian Gulf. To which the lady goes, what? I don't sell tickets to the Persian Gulf. So some teams realize they're going to Dubai, to the Burj Dubai, which is still under construction. And they'll have to go to the Dubai Fountain and sign up to be one of two groups to go up to the 121st floor. So group 1 will go at 5:30 in the morning and group 2 will go 15 minutes later.
Ready to go.
No, but listen, I had issues with this. I was kind of with Micah. Baby, I'm not getting on no elevator of a building that y'all are still building. Excuse me. Like, I was like, they were going through construction sites. They were like the plastic that you had to walk through. Like, you had, like, I'm good. No. I can see. I will put Wiz Khalifa on and my AirPods, and I will black and yellow. I'm not going up that thing. I was with Micah. Y'all weren't concerned?
I wasn't really concerned. I knew that it was still under construction, just looking at it, but I wasn't thinking like, oh, actual construction site, which was kind of, I get it. That would have been scary getting up to the 124th floor and like, this isn't even finished yet. And now I have to stand, and you don't know what you're going up to. So
that's the fun part, the not knowing what you're going up to. I kind of wish they'd had to rappel down because I just want to see Micah break down. Yeah. I enjoy that.
I mean, but also you see now how the race has changed over the years. Now, fast forward 16 seasons later, on season 31, they're in Dubai, and the first thing that they said is like they have to go up there and do something, and everyone is like, "Yeah, we're gonna just like jump from the like." So it's like,
they were expecting
it's cool to see a full circle and go back and be like someone just panicking about going like while the building is being constructed. And then 16 seasons later, it's like everyone is like, yeah, we're jumping. Yeah, and then they get there, it's like a cyber thing. But like,
it's so crazy too. And we did a summer rewatch last summer of season 5, and they went to Dubai. And here we are 10 seasons later, and it's a world of difference of like how it looks. And then we fast forward to season 37 where they just went, and it looks like, I mean, did we go through a time machine? It looks like we are living in the Jetsons age of how forward head they are. So it's crazy to see like where they go and when they go to the same places, and is so different.
I mean, that's one of the biggest reasons why I love The Amazing Grace. It's just like so, like it's so cool.
What did Gary said? It was a little shady. He was like, definitely doesn't look like they're in a recession here. And I was like, okay,
right.
All right. He's not wrong.
No, he's not at all.
Before we move on, I just want to make one more point there because these will come up later. We see who was it? Brian and Erica getting to the airport, and the first thing that they said as Sam and Dan is trying to figure out the Persian Gulf, and they're like, oh, it's Dubai. And we're gonna see Brian and Erica help absolutely everyone on this episode multiple times. And I do have a big issue, and as we're approaching those points, because I have them all marked in my notes, I'm gonna keep bringing it up because helping that much is something that I do not approve, or I do not like.
I mean,
bells,
Carol of the bells for that. Yes, 100%.
I am 1,000% with you. Okay, so
Brice will drag anyone.
We keep on track.
It's true. So Sam and Dan want to use their first place momentum to stay in first place. They ask their cab driver where the Persian Gulf is, and he doesn't know what they're talking about. And they go to use his phone. Flight Time Big Easy go right to the internet cafe. They find flights there too, but they can't book because of the short notice, which I understand because there's like 90 minutes before or same day or whatever. You can't. Brian and Erica go to the airport immediately. Like Cesar said, she knows it's Dubai immediately because she's not just a pretty face. And they tell Sam and Dan, and I really didn't want them to because I was having so much fun watching Sam and Dan be like, we'd like tickets to the country of Persian Gulf. That's not how that works. Megan and Shane are happy to be there, but they want to be toward the front, foreshadowing. And Sam and Dan what did I write here? That's not important because whatever. Lance and Carrie start talking about how their bond is so strong and how they love each other. That's Carrie. Lance says, we have a lot of non-refundable deposits on the wedding, and I'm not losing those. Lance. So, they don't have the same exact, motivations in mind. But. Right, exactly. But whatever gets you to the altar, I guess.
I guess so.
Carrie.
I do feel like as the epissodes are progressing, episode 1, I had to pull out my glasses for Lance a lot. However, I do feel like, I don't know if it's me or maybe I just have a soft spot. I'm loving Lance, right? Like, or I am appreciating his growth, right? He still is freaking out, but when he freaks out, he pulls it back a lot quicker. He don't listen to Carrie, but he hears her. And I think that, yes, you know I got you know I have my bandana ready. Like, there's something about, like, I don't know. Because, you know, I love to hate on somebody, and you know I love to cuss somebody out. But I also want to, like, show appreciation when you see the growth in someone. And so although Lance is still very much Lance.
But with baby faces. Because on this episode, like 3 times he was like...
He was very upset this episode. Poor guy. Yeah, at the beginning, I was like, oh, God. I was like, I have to watch him this whole season. Like, what's going on? I see it. The intensity is there. You know, he's another person that thinks, like, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to kill everything. It's like that expectation, throw it away, people. Yeah. When you go on the race.
Unless you're Ricky and Cesar, in which case.
We never went in with that expectation. We never had it. We never went in like, we're going to win everything.
Yeah, and yet you did. Win.
But that was because we released that expectation and we were able to go with the flow and not put that pressure on ourselves. He was like, we're the Lions. He went like this like 8 times across his throat. I was like, Jesus, like, calm down. Like, it's all right. We know you're competitive. But
never tell someone to calm down. It doesn't make them calm down.
Jack it up. But I do think in this, he's I see him in growth here, and he was a little more supportive with Carrie, and I started to like him more this episode.
I actually agree too. I was very hard on him at the beginning. I was like, it's the Lance of it all. Mm-hmm. I don't want to watch him. But this one was actually a little bit more fun. Yeah. And then I was getting a little mad that he was like becoming lovable because I enjoyed not loving him. But whatever, it's not important. Maria and Tiffany are excited that they're still there because they know they probably shouldn't be. And we learned that Micah, in addition to apparently being scared of water, her shadow, the boogeyman, and everything else, is also scared of heights. And she's not going to be happy this morning. And they're both a little bit snippy today. So everyone is at the airport except Lance and Carrie, who are trying to book their flight from the internet cafe. They realize they can't. They go to the airport and everyone's on the same flight. Then they all get to this fountain. You have the 2 groups. You have Maria and Tiffany, Brian and Erica, Sam and Dan, and Megan and Shane in group 1. And Micah and Kanan, who are having a bad day. She has not stopped crying. Okay. Lance and Carrie, Flight Time, Big Easy, and Gary and Matt, who are in group 2. The clue says, make your way to a parking structure at the Dubai Mall and find a marked car, drive to the Dubai Desert Conservation Reserve, and take a 4x4 to your next clue. Okay. Or take the fast forward, which says go to the Dubai Autodrome, where one team member will operate an F3 open wheel car and do a lap in under 45 seconds. If you get it, you're done. You go to the pit stop in a Maserati. Now, it says that the cars go super fast, up to 100 miles an hour. And I'm thinking, I understand that I probably break the law a lot, but I routinely go 100 miles an hour. Like, I'm really fast, and I'm a fast driver.
Yeah.
But I get where I need to go, and I'm on time. So this didn't seem like scary to me or fast to me. We also had a drive a lap at a race course task in our finale. I wanted to drive, but I didn't get to drive, but whatever. I would have jumped on this fast forward immediately.
I was thinking if Danny and Angie were here, I feel like this could have been a challenge for Angie to redeem herself.
She's a good driver. She proved that she was a pretty good driver.
She was.
Did they have to drive in that challenge, or they just sat in the passenger seat?
On the passenger.
I don't know. It would have been pretty hot.
It would have. Yeah, I mean,
I was ready to do
everyone kept saying
he was like, no, not me. I was like, put me in.
Yeah, no, driving for me is nope. No, I get really nervous, and like even with things like this, I would be like, let's make sure that it's only one of us, because if I have to drive, and nope.
But it seemed like in the fast forward though, there was a pacer car that you just followed, so it seemed pretty accomplishable. Like you just follow the pace car and just keep up because they were already going, faster. It looked like
it didn't seem particularly difficult. But the thing is, Megan and Shane did the smart thing and said, we're going to go do this, which informed everybody else, don't bother, because if another team is there, you're going to end up being so far behind if you go and try and do it. So in the first group of 4, they're like, we're doing it. And everyone else was like, all right, I guess we can't, which smart. Make yourself known and nobody can follow you there.
Now, but can someone else could have done it,
Yeah, but to take the 30 minutes to get to the fast forward and to be second, now you're 30 minutes behind.
But okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit here because for all the fans out there, I saw a lot of people complaining on season 37 that why is the fast forward only allowing one person to do it? It's like then we're back on season 15 and like more than one person could go and attempt doing it, and then nobody else did it. So like. It's hard to please everyone, but I'm like on the team on like, someone else should have gone and tried to beat
they
them.
all left at the same time. They could have another team could have tried the taxi beat and like it could have happened.
Now, here is my question, and maybe the evolution of Amazing Race. I thought that in the new era of Amazing Race, you can get a fast pass, or maybe I'm thinking of the fast forward.
That was premature.
Okay, so the fast pass, if you get it, you can't hold it and use it at another time. You have to use it at that time.
Yeah,
fast forward versus express pass.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
because we'll get it.
The express pass is like I want to jump this one challenge. The fast forward is like jump the whole day.
Okay.
And the express pass is something you have and hold on to. The fast forward is a clue you just follow. Okay. You can't hold a fast forward.
I was thinking you could hold a fast forward because I'm like yelling at Shane and Megan like, y'all are already in the lead. Hold on to this for another episode. Also, at this moment in time, Megan and Shane are my projected team to win at this point. Okay.
And as they were called this episode, Team Malibu, Ken and Barbie.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yes. So I like them. And I always say, again, I'm somewhat new to Amazing Race, but around episodes 4 and 5, that's when you want to get to the front of the pack, right? Like, I feel like
so is this your official winner pick?
For this episode.
For this episode, yes. Thank you, my friend. But I have 3 teams. It is Matt and Gary and Megan and Shane.
Because I'm pretty sure last time we talked, you said it was the Globetrotters.
They're my 3rd team.
Okay. And Brian and Erica.
They're my 4th team. Okay. But I just was giving y'all my top 3.
Yes.
Because last time you flat out said Brian and Erica win the whole thing. But that's fine. I'm going to let you have a soundbite for each of them. It's good. Because that way, and when we do episode 11, you'll be like, look, here's what I said. I was right.
Well, Megan and Shane were doing everything right on this episode.
They were doing everything right.
And they were enjoying it on their way. And they were emotionally, at least like, she was so emotional. Just like, it's pretty much like Josiah and Alyssa again. Like, I just keep like having those like flashbacks on like, you see your partner there doing something uncomfortable that they've never done, and that might be risky. And on top of that, something as a viewer, like they walked into a driving school. So I'm pretty sure they have like some training before going in.
For sure.
And they might have been like, yeah, this is extremely dangerous. Please sign this waiver that you can get killed. Like once you do that, you're like, oh, wait, what? Yeah.
Right.
That is Amazing Race, and everything was fine.
Yeah. We had at our last episode, we had to go in and sit through like a 15-minute like video demonstration on the driving. And it did make it sound like you could die, you could crash, your car may go up in flames, wear this fire retardant suit. And I was like, here you go, Scott, I'll change the tire. But I still was ready to drive the car. He just really wanted to do it. And I was like, I'm not fighting at this point. We're in the first place. You go, but drive fast, because I was a faster driver than him. So if you notice on our season, as he's about to go, I go, don't drive like my Nana, because she's a slow driver. And that's how he's like, I'll do better than Nana, don't worry. So anyway, Megan is worried for Shane.
Question. You are a lawyer, and sometimes when I do risky things like that, when I went skiing, you had to sign these waivers. When I did skydiving, indoor skydiving, you sign these waivers. In my mind, I just scribble my name, right?
I cross things out.
Because in my mind,
I was like, nope, not this. And they're like, what? If you're dead, you're dead. Like, well, okay, don't sign it. What do we care? And so
I'm just saying, and if it was to be held up in court, I'd be like, Your Honor, I don't know who signed that, but that is not my signature. So I don't know if that actually works, but in my mind, whenever I have to do stuff like that, I always am just like,
that's not gonna work.
Princess Diana again, like someone in Cambodia, someone important.
That was somebody with Cambodian descent that signed that, and I believe her name was Princess, last name Diana. That wasn't me, okay?
It's not going to work. Okay, so Megan is really worried for Shane. And in the second group, obviously, nobody goes for the fast forward. Lance and Carrie are going the wrong way. They've run first of all, this is a perfect situation. You're with 3 other teams. Just go with the 3 other teams. Yep. You don't need to try and split off and go some other direction. You're all going to the same place. Like, what?
I'm with you. I am with you.
So rare. Okay.
Sorry. I was like, Brooke always says, when you are with these other teams, follow them. Also, I was having
unless you're Erica and Melinda.
Well,
then go your own way.
Then just get a cup.
I was having flashbacks of Jonathan and Anna though with Carrie and Lance when Carrie is like, I didn't say get off that exit. Go straight. What are you doing? And Lance is just driving off the exit. But okay.
But even going to the parking lot, like they split and then they get lost, and
then they're lost in the parking lot. And it's
like they can't find their car because I get it. They're trying to.
It's that whole mentality of like run your own race type thing. But in this case,
but it has been proven for Carrie and Lance that they have keep passing things because they're so frantic, and I have frantic like highlighted over here because they are frantic. That's the way to describe
just the whole, like, I get the competitive nature, but he's so like elevated. I think she is trying to bring him down. I think she's a little more grounded, but she seems so fed up with it, getting yelled at for like mistakes. So she's like, you know what? You want to lead away, Mr. Lion.
He's getting mad at her for, first of all, I loved how she was even trying to get the directions because Brooke always tells me that when you speak to people, you have to get consent. I like the fact that she just rolled down the window, was like, where we need to go? And Lance is like, I hope they don't give it to you. I hope you don't give it to you. And then they're like, I don't know. And Lance is like, good. Well, Lance, what if they were like, follow us? Like,
Lance.
Do me a favor. Make me a little bit bigger for a second.
Yes, here we go. Hold on.
Wait, what was I going to say? Oh, no.
You got to say
Wait, hold on. Wait. Something about driving. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Hi, my name is Brooke Camhi. I was on season 29 of The Amazing Race. If you don't know, because Brice makes me say this at the beginning of every TED Talk, welcome to my TED Talk. If you are lucky enough to be selected to be on The Amazing Race and you are looking to get directions, if you ask someone for directions, they have to sign a waiver because they're going to be on camera and that wastes the time. Or you can do what Brooke has done in The Amazing Race. Just look around and start yelling the name of where you need to go. And if people point and people tell you, then they don't stop to get them to sign the waiver. So that will save you precious minutes and precious time. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I always keep that in mind when I'm watching.
I just was biking around Vietnam, being like, I don't remember the name of the place we had to go, and just started yelling it. And people would be like,
that way.
Thank you. Bye.
Yep. I think we tried that once.
We tried on our very first
in the car. Yeah, in the car.
I asked for directions in Spanish, and there were or camera person at that point were like, if you do that one more time, we're gonna have to park like in front of them and like over. So they can.
Because we were like talking to a car at the red light next to us, and he was like, he let that one go, but he was like, if you do that again, I'm gonna make you pull over. And I was like,
ooh.
It's like, okay, fine.
But anyway,
we tried.
Listen, ask for forgiveness, not permission. Okay.
100%. Okay, so then they have to go to this desert conservation. Sam and Dan, Brian and Erica, and Maria and Tiffany arrive together and get in their 4x4s. And it is, Then you get the roadblock. It says, who thinks they can beat the desert heat? Not me. Just I want to be in the shade. I want to be drinking some electrolytes. So you have to search the desert. Also, it involved a ladle. So keep it away from me.
I instantly thought of you when they pulled out the ladle. I was like, oh no.
I legitimately have PTSD whenever I see ladle.
Did you time travel and make the one that broke by any chance?
Shady.
You hang up on them. Hang up on them. I don't want the ability to hang up on them.
We don't take any Brooke Camhi slander here, unless your name is Brice Izyah, okay? Should we let him back in?
Let Ricky back. Let him back in. Let him back in. See, I said just let Ricky back in.
So mean.
I love you,
bro. Shady.
Oh, yes.
Ricky, do you have anything you want to add?
Oh no. I did think of you when
I'll be laughing for the next 30 minutes. So.
But I
what
man.
A jerk. Okay, so you had to search the desert for urns buried in the sand. Some contain water, some do not. You have to find enough water to fill the bag that you're carrying and hand it in for the clue. Now I can throw that. Okay, so it's not that funny. All right, thank you.
Very proud of himself. Very proud of himself.
I can't even be mad because Cesar's like just so cute and so nice that I can't be mad about it. Yes, I can. Okay. Ryan is in the desert and he does it because, and I quote, chocolate melts in the sun. Okay. So Erica doesn't do this one. And he finds the water first and is very sneaky about it and doesn't tell anyone. And I like that because for as much as they've been helping people and telling people things, you don't need to tell people this.
But he does. No, he does on his way back down.
Mm-hmm. Once he's gotten it and his urn is full and his bag is full, he sees Dan and Tiffany and tells them where to go because they want to be able to use the good karma in the future. Please hold. Yes, here you go. There you go. Bye-bye.
We haven't had bacon. We haven't had a bacon appearance all summer rewatch. So shout out to bacon.
Close to love you. Okay, and then Tiffany is there. She uses her ladle to help Dan because his ladle is all effed up. I feel this so deeply.
Okay, do you think on the clue it did say?
I don't know that I'm ready to let you talk yet. Go ahead. I'm just kidding.
Do you think they weren't allowed? Like, do you think it said you must use the ladle? Because like they were pulling their urns out of the sand.
Well,
so like,
Lance was.
Could you just grab it and pour it?
I just don't think that it would have, because the bag was like flimsy. I don't know that if you poured from the urn, it was actually going to make its way into the bag.
Yeah.
I think the ladle was to make sure that you didn't waste all the water in the thing. You probably were not allowed to pour them out because then that would have wasted water that was allocated for somebody else and so on and so forth. That would have been my guess.
This is where the niceness gets too nice for me, right? Like, I'm not mad at Tiffany for helping with the ladle, right? Like, I think you're right there. Cool. But as we move forward, I feel like it starts getting a little too friendly.
Yeah. I think I would have actually, when I was done, given my ladle to Dan, taken his broken ladle and booked it. I didn't need, she didn't need to wait for each other and whatnot. But as long as you return with a ladle, I don't think it matters which ladle you return with. So anyway, they're 1, 2, and 3 respectively. And then Big Easy says he walked through Hurricane Katrina. He can certainly do this. I love that man. I just enjoy him. He's in and out in 5th. And I'm sorry, but before that, you have Matt, who has caught up with the first group, found water very quickly, and it is before Big Easy in 4th. And they all read their route information, which says make your way back into the city and find Ski Dubai. So we're going from extreme heat to very, very cold. Meanwhile, Micah and Kanan see Brian and Erica, who have finished, and they're passing each other. And Brian and Erica tell them where to go. For good.
I didn't mind that though.
I don't mind that either because they're going the right direction, and then you're giving a little bit of help, and it makes you look like you're like a really good person.
Yeah.
Use that in the future. Lance and Carrie are lost. I don't even know where they are. I can't even talk about. Like they're out there somewhere.
At that point, they're asking like, "Is this the exit? Is this the exit? Is this the exit?" No. Oh, it wasn't. Yeah.
Not that.
Was it the exit? I don't even think I know if it was the exit at this point.
The exit.
It wasn't.
I don't know. Okay, so Micah and Kanan show up to the roadblock as Maria and Tiffany and Sam and Dan are leaving. And Maria and Tiffany F up their car. Like the radiator breaks and it's bleeding radiator fluid.
I know. The way she said it, the pole tickled the car's tummy. Bleeding radiator fluid. I'm like,
I love it.
Hilarious. I love her.
Okay, Brice, pop quiz hot shot. If your car gets effed up, what are your options?
You can wait and help somebody have you fix it, or you have to wait until a new car can come to you.
Fix it yourself, have somebody help you, or wait for a new car. Absolutely correct. He's become an Amazing Race fan.
Thank you. Now, this is also where Sam and Dan, y'all doing too much, right?
Right. I was going to say, you're definitely not approving of what they did in this situation.
I will say that the girls on many occasions have said, go and run. Yeah. So, like, I think there's more to their, like, alliance relationship than we're actually seeing. I think they're probably hanging out a lot more in the airports and stuff and really building a bond, because if it was just from what we've seen, I would have said, like, good luck. Like, it might be another hour before a car gets here.
Because I don't know that
I'm in the desert. Like,
they're
like in the middle of the desert. I mean, sometimes it can take quite a while for a replacement car. It doesn't give it it's not like a 30 minutes or less thing. But I think this car did come pretty quickly. Sorry, Cesar. What were you saying?
That I don't know if I'm gonna find another moment to say this, but I just did not like, and I did not remember that season 15 only had one female team, and I did not really like that.
Yeah, they're the only
ones. They're a really good team, and I do see a lot of fans saying like they need to bring more teams like Maria and Tiffany, and I remember now why. Like, they're amazing.
And first of all, Maria and Tiffany are one of our first teams of 4 that we are seeing in the Amazing Race history, because it is Maria, it is Tiffany, and it is their 2 rolling book bags with them. They are pioneers. Seeing them drag those book bags take me out every time, and we're on episode 4, and they my girls. Okay, like I love
it, but
I feel like they're convertible bags, because Tiffany had one of them on her back. I think it's just a backpack with wheels, so they can roll them, they can carry them. I don't hate that.
That makes it even more better when you see both of them go like and rolling them. Like, it's like, girl, what are you doing? But
not vacation.
Things are heavy. Bags get heavy. Oh, fun fact, season 29, also only one female team. But that was more because people picked their partners. So, but that's just sort of how it turned out. And that was the only team that didn't pick their partners, ended up being female. Everybody else was co-ed and one male team. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so Big Easy is in and out of there, blah, blah, blah. Kanan finds it before Lance. Lance is picking up urns, throwing them over his head like the Hulk. I'm worried he's getting a penalty for this, but it doesn't seem to happen, nor does it seem to matter. But he doesn't quit, and he keeps moving.
Yeah, this is where I kind of started liking it, like the way he was speaking his little mantras and talking about Carrie. And so it was like, oh, okay. Like, we're seeing more of like the human side of him instead of this this like well, you can not be humane and be a human.
That's true.
And then he finishes and then he's like, oh, I would do that all over again, but
I've got to go, you know.
So at this time, Megan and Shane have shown up at the pit stop because they were in their Maserati, because they did their little lap around the track, and they have won a trip to Jamaica. So good for them. And then we go to Ski Dubai, where Gary and Matt in the surprise of the day show up there first and have passed a few teams. And we see the Detour. Okay, the question's going to be, which do you do? It's build a snowman. So carry snow outside and build a snowman before it melts. And honestly, it doesn't really need to look like a snowman. Or find a snowman, ride the ski lift, sled down, sounds like fun, and dig in this humongous pile of snow to give it to a polar bear. Find this tiny little snowman, give it to a polar bear for the clue. Which do you do?
I think the right answer is sledding, and then going back to the building the snowman, just for the fun of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, our original thought was, okay, let's just look for the snowman. But then we realized it was just 2 or 3 like big giant mounds that everybody was working on. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, no, we're switching. Because you could be digging in a spot and someone covers it. It's like, yeah.
You better. Okay, I thought of immediately the Fios brothers, and I said, absolutely not. Ricky, we from Philadelphia, and you know, back at this time, we used to get blizzards. And so I'm like, build a snowman. Immediately, I'm like yelling at people. Also, here is another one of Matt and Gary's coming for Ricky and Cesar, knowing everything. Matt says that every winter he snowboard or sleds in his boxers. Now I said, what in the white man is going on here? Because I like some fun, adventurous stuff, but I'm not sliding down in my boxes. But Matt got that.
Yeah. You do it butt naked.
Okay.
Who needs box?
Don't act like you're putting on snow pants. No, you're not. Don't lie to us and the viewing public. Just kidding.
Yeah, I think it was a smarter. It seemed counterintuitive because of the heat and the melting, but Matt and Gary also point out like it's hot, so it's going to melt a little bit and actually make the snow better to pack.
Come on.
Which, if you've ever made a snowman, it's better
to have
moist snow.
Come on.
So it was actually better to do that one and probably faster.
But it's still a slide.
Oh, still, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because then, I mean, the other thing we see Flight Time and Big Easy like jumping on the snow.
Oh, yeah,
we're like, we're
jumped
just
and sat on it.
Like...
Oh, I have just a slight bone to pick with them. I know that they both throw basketballs for a living, but I caught them twice this episode throwing items very dangerously. They were running out of the
building, the elevator.
Burj Khalifa, and he literally chucked his hard hat backwards over top of people. I was like, you could literally injure somebody. And then he did the same thing with the sled. I'm like, be careful.
And also the sled, I'm with you, Ricky, because the sled is supposed to be your shovel. Like it's a shovel as well. So I was like, what are you doing?
It wasn't actually. Who was it? Someone mentioned it.
It was like the first.
It was like Matt. It was Matt. I think the dad.
You can't use your.
Oh, you can't use the sled.
We can't use the sleds.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I was wrong.
Just dig.
Now, also, let me give my little gripe of the people looking for the snowman. When everyone got there, I feel like it was Big Easy and Flight Time. It was Matt and Gary. It was the brothers and Tiffany and Maria. They like, let's work together. No. And then they have the people at the top kicking the snow down. Are you serious? Because hold on, wait. Take a breath. Because if we all working together, okay, Ricky and Cesar, me and Brice, Brooke and Bacon, we're like, okay, and I'm at the top and I kick snow down and Ricky and Cesar get that snowman. Oh, we're fighting because I'm saying, hey, I kicked it like that, like that's my snowman.
You can try and fight them. They're already gone. Like, absolutely not. You kick me a snowman, I grab that snowman. Bye-bye. There's a Brooke-shaped hole in the wall over there because I have bounced so fast. I'm not giving it back to you. What is this? Survivor season 48 where somebody gives an idol to somebody else? Because is that a thing? Was that an accurate reference?
Yes, Star did that to England. Yes. Okay, clock it.
I love Star. I was a big Star fan.
Star
I wanted
was
to
amazing.
see more Star. Bring Star back. Anyway, whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
But were y'all like, was that not dumb? Like that, like, no, we're not working together for a needle in a haystack, and I'm throwing you the hay and you can find it. Like, no.
It was.
That being said, if I'm at the top of that mountain, I'm definitely like pouring snow on other people. Like, make them uncomfortable. Yeah.
There was too much working together for my taste.
There's one.
Yeah, there was too much working together for my taste on this episode. Like it was, but still, it worked for Brian and Erica. They got their snowman
at the bottom of the mound.
And where? Okay. Calm down, Brian.
Because even if she's a pageant queen, she can pull her claws if
she can pull them out. And let me remind y'all, can somebody, Ricky, pop quiz question.
Uh-oh.
Where was Erica at when she found the snowman?
At the bottom of the mounds. She didn't even have to climb up. Someone must have thrown it down.
I'm sure there were a bunch at the bottom, so that if you started at the top, it took you a
bunch.
while.
Do you know the producers of The Amazing Race? They might have been like only like 5 of them, like spread around.
Well, there had to have been 7, right? Or how many people were on this leg? There were 8. There had to have been 8
between like the 3 mounds.
Well, 8,
yeah,
9,
and they
10.
were big mounds. So, but I did.
The second I saw that it was like a big mound, I would have been like, "I'm out of here. We're building a snowman," because I don't need somebody else messing up my searching. Because I would have searched very quickly and methodically, and if somebody else is messing that up, absolutely not. I don't know if you know this, but I sometimes got a little frazzled on The Amazing Race. I know, shocker. So no, I know. It's crazy. Go back and watch. You'll know. It was just a little. Like you'll notice it if you pay close attention. Anyway, if somebody messes me up, I think it would have just made me a little bit frazzled, and I would have been like, "We need to go build immediately." I know. These are good behind the scenes things. Yeah. People didn't really see it when it aired, but behind the scenes, I was quite frazzled. You don't need to laugh so hard, Cesar. Okay, so anyway.
Something about being frazzled, though, this season, like the amount of shouting and cheering and guiding on the roadblocks, I literally said to him, I was like, you'd have to distract everybody because it's too much. Like it was back in the time when you could help your partner give instructions during a roadblock. And I'm like, they all need to just be quiet. Like, and they were all like on top of each other.
Yes.
Like
just back up.
No.
Back up.
10
I didn't even want him cheering me on because it was like, it was just too much.
Yeah, but that being said, if everyone else was being cheered on and Cesar wasn't cheering you on, would you have been like, "Can you cheer me on too? I need a little bit."
He asked me not to do it, and I did. It did happen on ours because he wasn't cheering on me.
I wasn't cheering him,
and everyone else was doing it. So I started yelling at him. I'm like, "Hey, I don't get a sweetie." Or
I remember.
Yeah.
Ricky, where's my love?
Okay.
You'll get it after you're done.
I need to hear I'm doing well as I'm doing it. So I get that. I like the cheering.
But yeah, I did love that they specified about not using the thing as a shovel because that would have been the first thing I did. And that's what we keep saying is like if it's not on the additional info as an instruction, if it's not forbidden, it's allowed. So if you're thinking about it, like go for it.
And it's like the sled looked like a shovel. It didn't even look like a sled. It looked like a shovel backwards. So it's like the Amazing Race producers are diabolically evil because like, why would you make the sled look like a shovel and then say I can't use it?
So that somebody uses it and doesn't read the additional information and then they end up getting
exactly. And that's why I love that. They're so good at what they do. It's like
I love it. I love everything.
I'd have been cussing the producer out. Okay.
And I'd be like, don't piss them off. Don't piss them off. They make the decisions. Okay. So anyway, Brian and Erica finds a snowman very quickly because karma pays off. Flight Time, Big Easy, Sam and Dan leave, and then Flight Time and Big Easy find it like that, and they're in third place, and everyone else decides to go build something. So Gary and Matt build their snowman. I want to say it looks good, but it doesn't. Like it's not great, but it's passable. Yeah, it needs to be perfect. And they're in fourth. I mean, is that one theirs? Because maybe that's not even possible.
Has anyone ever seen Goonies?
Yes, that is a sloth and a snowman right there.
That's the guy.
That's Baby Ruth. That's sloth. That's sloth. It should be saying Baby Ruth. Okay, so they get it in fourth. Maria and Tiffany's, theirs looks melty but good, and they get it in fifth. Dan and Sam.
We're not in the stand.
Yeah, leave me alone. They yell through it, but they get it in six. And then you have two teams left. You have Micah and Kanan, who pass Flight Time Big Easy in the parking garage, who tell them get your jackets because it's cold in there, which I guess was nice for them. But honestly, I also think they just wanted to make them waste time getting their jackets because Flight Time Big Easy are so fun.
They had jackets outside of the door. If you watch when the teams are running in, there was a lineup of black coats on the side of the door on like a hanger, and you could have grabbed one, but
who knows?
But I get it. But Micah and Kanan and Jesus was like, oh, thank you, Lord Jesus. They've sent us an angel to help us. In my mind, I'm like, bitch, that doesn't really help me. I like that actually is taking more time to go back to my car. And so I kind of with you, Brooke, that I was like, I kind of feel like they were trolling them a little bit, like making it seem like, first of all, Cesar, this is the type of help that I like to see, right? Make me go back and spend 10 more seconds and then you think I'm helping you. Sign me up.
And if they had their backpacks as organized as Seven Justin,
it would have taken more than 10 seconds. Here's the best part. Brice, I know you haven't seen the next one yet. So just remember this moment where Flight Time and Big Easy help Micah and Kanan. And Micah and Kanan are like, these two, thank you so much. You guys are so helpful and wonderful. Let's just leave it at that because you don't know what's happening next. And then Lance and Carrie, Lance is being supportive. I write down. They don't get mad at each other. I'm actually super, super shocked. And when they get the snowman, his first question is, can I kick it down? She's like, we're in a race. He's like, but can I kick it?
Just get the clue. Just get the clue. Like,
did you see the lady backing up though? She was like
but take your clue.
She was like, you're talking about this snowman, right? Like, yeah, just making sure.
Get me out of here. So okay. Can I kick it? He's such a child, but like in a good way. Okay. I do. So you have to drive yourself to the pit stop, which I will mispronounce, so I'm not going to say it. On the way to the pit stop, Maria and Tiffany get super, super lost. And I said, note to self, Tiffany's wearing a real backpack. Where's her rolly bag? And Micah and Kanan do the smart thing and have a cab lead them to the pit stop, because back in this day, you can do that. So at the pit stop, Megan and Shane were first, like 4 hours ago. Brian and Erica come in second. Flight Time and Big Easy, got my heart, come in third. Gary and Matt are fourth. Sam and Dan are fifth, followed by Maria and Tiffany. Mike and Kanan come in seventh, which I say yay, because if they left now, my favorite moment of the Amazing Race would not be happening. Brice, stay tuned for the next episode. And in last place, unfortunately, actually, I now feel sad about this, Lance and Carrie. And I will say, when he loses, he's actually way more calm than he was during the race. Completely. And where are they now? They are married with children, living, I believe, in California with 3 daughters, I think. And we have already seen that Lance had fights.
He had a glow up. Lance is a daddy, a zaddy, or he's a daddy and a zaddy. Okay.
Oh, I gotta look him up now.
Yeah, you could kick me, Lance. But I was cracking up though because I'll be
the study calendar 2027. There you go.
I mean, he might be. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I still have this photo that James sent us. Oh yes, I do. Hold on. Can I save it? Oh, let me just save it. Lance about to be my background for 2.3 seconds. Look at Lance.
Okay. Oh, with the beard. Wow, it's really dark. Okay. All right, Lance.
So listen.
And that's, 15 years later. So
do you want to?
He's smiling on the picture. He's smiling on the picture. So he learned something on the Amazing Race. So if you're thinking of applying onto the Amazing Race, like, do it right now. Ricky keeps making fun that I'm the spokesperson, because I'm like, every single person that we know, so, like, we meet someone new that is like, oh, I love the Amazing Race. I'm like, have you applied? You should apply. It's like, yeah.
So you get a kickback for everyone who applies? I mean,
I know, right? Like a reference fee.
Please reference code Cesar20 for 20% off.
No, use reference code ladle and receive 20% off from the referral fee from Cesar. But when Lance gets to the mat and they say, welcome to Dubai, Lance is like, yeah, we've seen a lot of it today. I was cracking up. I'm like, he's funny and not even trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But a part of me feels like I agree with y'all where I was like, why is he so calm? I really feel like in the back of his head, he's like, I'm ready to get off of this race. Like, I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm done.
Yeah.
I am super excited for next week's episode 5. But Brooke has given me specific instructions that I had to stop this episode at 48:17. I can't watch the preview. So I don't know what's about to happen.
I will say the next episode, including moments from my own season, has my favorite moment of, like, the last maybe 8 minutes of the next episode are my favorite 8 minutes of the Amazing Race, absent like winning the Amazing Race, because let's get real. But if you take that out of it, it is in 37 seasons, other than my own, it is my favorite moment of the Amazing Race on the next episode.
It's really
and
good.
I say that unequivocally.
You're gonna enjoy it. I can wait to see your reaction.
I don't know. I'm excited. And I have to start the next episode 1 minute and 45 seconds faster so I don't see the recap, because I appreciate the recaps on the older seasons a little bit more than I appreciate them on the newer seasons, because it's like I just seen it. But like the older seasons, it like helps me a lot. So I have to fast forward 1 minute and 45 seconds. So I don't know what's about to happen. But I do know that this episode was probably my favorite episode. We have our favorite people in the whole wide world. Well, actually, we have Brooke's favorite person, Ricky. In the whole wide world.
It's okay.
I deserve that. Thank you for the laugh. Thank you for making my day so
That's what I'm here for. Honestly, if I can't be made fun of and I can't make fun of if people can't make fun of themselves, then they take life too seriously. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I agree.
I appreciate that you, chef, did not bring a ladle with you to put in the frame.
No, I didn't know that it was coming. You know what?
Ricky's like, where's the ladle?
Next season that we're recapping, I'll just have one.
Just have it hanging.
Just hang it out your shirt.
Here, there's gonna be like 7 of them.
It'd be funny. I'd appreciate it.
I love it. Well, Ricky and Cesar, we can't thank you enough for coming to join our Purple Pants podcast Pitstop Rewatch coverage of Amazing Race season 15, episode 4. We will be back next week for what Brooke is promising to be an iconic episode. So please tune in for episode 5. This has been your Rewatch. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
It's the Purple Pants podcast. You better listen in public, might make your stomach hurt. Ooh. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to unwind, you better get that box wine. It's the Purple Pants podcast. You're trying to get your snack, you better hurry right back though. It's the Purple Pants. It's the Purple Pants.